Emily, and I'm with the AU Humanities Club. Today is February 22nd. Could you please state your name?
I'm Trin. I'm from Save Chinatown I'm Trin. I'm from Save Chinatown Solidarity Network in DC.
Okay, can you please, I noticed you were out there for the Little Chinatown organization, representing that organization through your booth. Can you explain what that organization is, maybe what is their mission, or why you're out here today?
Sure. Save Chinatown Solidarity Network started a couple of years ago in response to a resident building out here in DC's Chinatown that primarily houses Black and Chinese residents and that are going through the process of having their homes taken away from them. We believe that our citizens in DC, especially immigrant communities and minorities, and should stay here in DC. Kind of branched off from there, just because there's a dwindling amount of small businesses in Chinatown, and there has been no response from our local governments and also community. So we try to bring light to that and promote small businesses and just encourage the growth of Chinatown, as DC's Chinatown is one of the most shrinking Chinatowns in the world.
Could you kind of describe some of the work or projects you guys have done to try to attract people to Chinatown? Is it mainly around revolving around like local celebrations or Chinese holidays? Like what do those past projects look like?
Yeah, our group organizes again on the tenant side, so we do a lot of advocating for those residents at DC Square. And also other residents in the area also advocate on their behalf to local governments. So we try to set up a space for them to have tenant meetings to create tenant units. And on the advocacy side for small businesses in Chinatown, we also advocate on their behalf to city governments as well. So we bring to the attention that last year over 3 legacy-owned small businesses were displaced to make room for hotels, large brands, and has put a lot of money towards new sports arena renovations, and has not invested in the community as a whole. So we try to bring attention to that by promoting, one, the residents who live here, the communities who live here, and then also the businesses that try to survive and support the community as a whole. So around these activations, like Lunar New Year and Mid-Autumn Festival is a great time because it's a way to bring people into the culture. It's celebrating all the work that we have done throughout the year, because again, this is like year-round work of being an Asian American, being a DC resident, but during these holidays is a time to promote that work and celebrate as a whole and invite people in.
So I guess kind of talking about your personal experience with New Year. I guess just kind of talking about your personal experience with Chinese New Year and like how you celebrate at home personally. Like, what would you say are your favorite parts of these events or parades, or maybe even trends of like audiences that come in throughout the years of these parades? Is it growing? Like, what is it like?
So personally, I love Chinese New Year and Lunar New Year. I'm Vietnamese, so we celebrate that, which is Lunar New Year. And it's a time for like family and reflection, and over here in America, it's a lot more definitely about chosen family and community, since sometimes we're separated away from our homelands or our original culture. So it's a fun time, again, to bring people into the culture, to invite new people in. The parades are fun for kids. Personally, parades are tough because, like, where do you find a bathroom? And also, it's raining outside. But they're a good time to see all the lion dancers, all of the groups in DC who often advocate or promote community do walk in the parade. So that's really fun to do. And it's a really good time, again, for small businesses to get that sort of traction in business, because it's a time to celebrate. So they see like huge influxes of people interested in what are moon cakes, where can I buy moon cakes, what's your favorite Asian-owned business that I can promote or go celebrate. So it's just a fun time to promote the culture and say, yeah, we have more hopes for the future.
I guess I'd like to know, like, if you're from the DMV area, kind of what draw you to the cause.
Save Chinatowns.
Yes.
I joined Save Chinatown because I grew up in Chinatowns. I'm originally from Seattle, and I grew up in South Chinatown. When I went off to college, college, I lived in Oakland's Chinatown and did a lot of work in San Francisco Chinatown. Now I'm in this Chinatown. So I'm almost hitting like every single gentrified city in the US. Waiting for New York, maybe that's in the future. But because I grew up in these areas, I know the importance of being around people who look like you, seeing your culture out there being widely accepted, not feeling like you are an outsider. A place to celebrate like sounds, music, smells, being able to walk down the street that's very, very loud and it smells a little funny, like that feels like home because you know that people live there. And it's not just a place for visitors and just to look at things. It's a place where like actual communities thrive and you know that like art and like I said, people live there.
Right, you want it to be real, like authentic.
Yeah,
exactly.
Someone has to be yelling at me and then I feel at home.
It's part of the experience. I guess compared to the Chinatowns, because you've been to many of them, what would you say, what have you noticed, are there things you would want to incorporate into Chinatown in DC, or what can we take from those?
Yeah, the small businesses in other Chinatowns definitely have a stronger presence, and there's usually a lot more support from the government as well. Although I will mention that like nationwide we are seeing this pattern, and it's not just the Chinatowns, it's actually with every minority or immigrant neighborhood. These places where people were relegated to because they were lesser than became thriving because of the communities who built them up. And once those values have gone up, we've seen that form of violence in the community through gentrification and development. So I should mention that, but it's not just DC, it's also in those major cities that we see. People and developers recognizing the value of these areas and they're trying to take that value away. So it is an issue across the way. However, a lot of cities are fighting. They're fighting for a place to stay here. We're promoting our small businesses. We're doubling down on tenant rights, and we're saying that the people who live here deserve to stay here. They deserve to have protections from the people that they voted for. And we just need representatives like that in our governments to stand up for all immigrant communities to say, we believe that you live here and we are serving you, our voters, and not large businesses or developers or people who just promise money and economic growth with no soul or community.
I think that's why it's so important that you guys need to come out on these parades like these to kind of show that you're here, you know, like we're here, and if you don't know about us, like, yeah, like here you guys, you can learn about us, how we can support you with our services and all that. I guess more looking into the future, what are your hopes for the new year?
God, I hope Chinatown stays alive in some way. You can already see it dwindling. If I'm super negative, I'm like, I hope they don't put another Fuddruckers in. No more Chick-fil-A with the Chinese characters. It's very, very embarrassing. That's my negative side and not the part you should include. Okay, for the new year, I really hope to see more community involvement. Now's the time for you to organize, to be in community, and experience success in that community. You know, change is not going to happen on an individual level. It takes going outside, meeting your neighbors, attending events even though you can't find a bathroom at the parade. It's about being a little bit uncomfortable and finding the joy in that. So I really hope that we're able to come together, especially this year, because there's a lot of fighting ahead, but it'll be a prosperous, fiery horse.
Yeah.
We will gallop into change.
Yes. Yeah, and I think, yeah, and it's really nice, like, to like, I don't know, be in this, like, together. This.
It's okay. You're gonna cut this later on.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this later on, but yeah, no, I think these events really are good at like community building, bringing together. It doesn't no matter who you are, where you're from. It's good to know that, you know, we're all in this together and all fighting for like a better cause for humanity. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing all your experience.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yes, happy New Year.